What's up, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Revive Outdoors. Just want to say thank you so much for coming to today's episode. As you saw, we are installing the truck kit on the Tusca camper, specifically on the Maverick, because it's a little bit different than most truck beds because it extends past and it's a smaller truck. So we got a little bit going on that's not normal compared to most of the full-size trucks. So we are going to go through that and show you how to mount these plates. You're going to have a black plate, and then you're also going to have one of these tan plates. So one goes on the inside, one goes on the outside. We'll go through all the details of that. They do have an instructional guide here for you with a QR code that will link to an installation video, but if you are like me and you have a Ford Maverick, it's going to be just slightly different. So we're going to talk about that today. But what we'll do is I'll show you all the hardware that it comes with, and then we'll do a step-by-step on the installation. I have my film crew here. Come here. This is Teddy. And then here's Char Char. So Teddy and Charlie are riding in the Tusca today with us, and they're going to help be our film crew and our installation technicians and help me get this on. Devin's going to help us out as well. But if you have any questions or there's anything I missed in the video, please let me know. Be happy to put that in the comments or help connect you with the guys at Tusca to help you get that question answered. Always, if you want to ask a question, be sure to put it in the comments so that way everybody else coming behind you may have the same question, gets that answered too. But let's go ahead and dive into some of the details. I wanted to show you everything the truck mount kit comes with first, and then I'll talk about some details with it along the way. So starting here at the top, you have the D-rings that are going to mount in the center, and that's what the turnbuckle is going to attach to. And then you have your nuts and bolts here. You have the plates that go on the outside, plates that go on the inside. You have your 4 chains that connect these S-hooks to the turnbuckle itself. The Ford Maverick is a little unique, and so that's why we're making this specific video. It doesn't have the ability to put the bull ring anchors along the bed rails like you can in other truck models. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the stock attachment mounts or the strap down mounts that come on the Ford Maverick, and then also maybe potentially attached to the D-rings that I already have screwed into that flex bed system in the truck. But you can see here, this is a nice powder coated plate, as well as this. This is going to be the outside, this is going to be the inside. You have the nice chains, S-hooks, and then this turnbuckle. What's really neat is you're going to be able to quick attach, detach this Tusca just by a few spins of this turnbuckle when you're wanting to take it on and off your truck. So you don't have to worry about, like I did originally, running straps over it. Also, it's not safety approved to run the straps over it like I did in the beginning, which I mentioned in that first video. But you can adjust these turnbuckles where you just a couple of spins and they pop right in, and then your Tusca is secure for you to go on your way. When you're ready to take it out, just a couple of spins and you're on your way to taking it out, and your truck's back to normal. So that is all the parts of it. What we'll do now is we'll move over and begin the installation. When it comes to the measurements on the Tusca camper for the Ford Maverick, it's going to be a little bit different, as I mentioned earlier, compared to the other measurements that you do. So what they want you to do is go 12 up from the truck bed rail and 12 from the front of it, so from the cab back, or go 12 up from the mounting spot and then 12 over. But where that would have put me is covering up the logo and the Test the Outdoors here, and I didn't want to do that. And so what I did is I just measured, I looked at all the pictures that they had from the previous models that they've installed on the truck mount kit, and I just measured an inch down here, and then I measured 12 inches over. And so when you put it up here, you can see that it's an inch below, and then because your truck is going to be off center once you have it in here, you don't want to level out the truck mount plate on it. You want to just line it up with the letters. So what I did is I just lined it up with the letters so it would look right, and then I moved it up to my mark from there, so that way I was keeping everything aligned and it didn't look like, I think level was kind of, I'm exaggerating, but it was kind of sitting it like that. So just one thing to pay attention to. So again, what I did, I just came 12 inches off, which is going to be right on this right side of the U of outdoors. That's going to be right at 12 inches. And then I came down an inch from the base of the letters. So the foot of the letters, I came down an inch. and then I marked my points, and then we're going to drill through and repeat that process all the way around for you. As you can see here, I have the top 2 holes drilled, but I can't get that one down there without lifting the camper up. So what I'll do is I'll put the first 2 bolts through, let that level, and then that plate on the back side or on the inside, I'll use that to drill back through this way. So that way everything lines up and I don't have to worry about lifting this Tusca up right now. Coming around to the front side, I wanted to show you, or just point something out. So the 12 inches is going to come right to the right side of the H, but one thing I didn't mention on the other side is your logo here, the stencil or whatever they use to mark it or to stamp it, it may not be in the same exact position that mine is in. So just measure, your 12 inches over and then measure your inch down and you'll be good to go. So we'll go ahead and drill these 2 and get it set up. Again, you can see my holes down here. So my holes here, the drill will only go to right there. So I'm going to do it from the inside once I get this plate installed. I want to flip around and show you the inside. So what I did, you go ahead and kind of hand start these, is what it says. And then you're going to do the same thing at the middle. And then on that bottom one, once I get these 2 tight, that's when I'm going to drill through and match up the plates. So that way I didn't have to lift this up. So what Devin's going to be on the other side is he's going to be helping me push these through so I can grab these threads. Again, it's going to be a little bit shorter on that middle one because that D-ring is on that side. But we'll go ahead and keep on moving through, making progress. Okay, top one. Okay. Now I'm going to drill through the bottom.
No, his name wasn't Mr. Wilson.
Perfect?
Yeah.
All right, it grabbed. Perfect. I've got the first one installed here. You're not going to be able to see back to the back there where it's attached, but it's attached to that stock mounting bracket there on the truck that attaches to the chassis or the frame. But nice and tight. It'll get a little bit tighter as I install this back one here. But I went ahead and tightened it down so that way I can kind of know what leverage I'm working with and just make sure that I did everything right. Moving to mounting the back plates, what I'm going to do, just because of the way the leverage comes up, is you can see what I want to do is I want to create leverage that's going at this angle and this angle, so these tighten down against each other. And so what I've done is I've taken this plate, I've went an inch down off the center of this window, so you got these 2 gaps right here in the window, like a vent hole, I assume is what they are, for moisture to escape. So just an inch down, and then that way that can mount up just like that. So it's coming at an angle this way and an angle that way. Then again, down here at the bottom, because I can't get down to that hole, I'm going to just do it from the inside again. Just like on the front, once you get those 3 bolts in, then you're just going to install your turnbuckle. So I've already got it attached down here to the attachment point that comes on the truck. Then you're just going to hook it in here. So let me make sure it reaches, and then you just turn this turnbuckle till it tightens up. You may have noticed that I started with the front ones and then I moved to the back. So anytime that you're installing these, once you have these permanently installed, anytime that you're installing this in the future, you want to lock it to the cab first. So you want to do these, tighten these down first, and then you want to move these, move to the back and tighten these down. You want to tighten them down as tight as you can get them with your hand, and it's going to be nice and secure, so it's not going anywhere. I'm going to pop this strap off and then I'll show y'all what all we're working with. that is going to be a wrap on the third episode for the Tusca Camper. If there's any specific videos that you want me to make from here on the Tusca Camper, please let me know. Be happy to do so. Be sure to comment any questions that you have. Again, if you comment that question, there's other people that are going to be looking for that question or looking to the answer to that question as well. But I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.